Back in Cape Town after a mammoth trip all over South Africa. We started in Cape Town via East London up to Johannesburg, up to Mozambique, Ponta de Oro, then down to Durbs, and then from Durbs to East London and East London to Cape Town. 5,800 kilometers, absolutely incredible and amazing. Amazing people, amazing company, an amazing husband who's filming right now and who drove the whole way. And what I also did over this time was, since the 22nd of December to today, which is the 15th of Jan, I did a social media hiatus, i.e. I went off social media, and it was quite incredible. Lots of insights came through. One of the most profound insights was that I don't need it, and saying that I use it for work is just an excuse for me to get my dopamine hit, which I do get. Oh, something's just gone into my eye. Which I do get quite successfully. And there are two dogs running for us, so I'm going to pause this video and come back to you later. Yeah, so social media, don't need it, thought I did, use the excuse, but it's my work. But every time I go on it, I have these experiences. Number one, massive distraction. And number two, just lots of different emotions that come up. Reading other people's posts, people I love, going through tough times. Yeah, I want to be with them, I want to feel it, but I don't need to feel it during my work day. I don't need to feel it while I'm cooking. If I could control myself, I could give myself a certain period of the day to check social media and leave it at that, but I don't. It's continuous throughout the day, so my emotional levels and my energy levels would dip. There was no flow in my day, and I could only see that through this period of not being on social media. I could only see the impact to my physical health over this period of time not being on. And the three social medias, it's LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Lastly, number 3 on my big epic December, January travels, I had to, I've had an amazing revelation about my diet. It started in October when my dad passed. Steve and I introduced red meat. It was part of conversation I had with my dad while he was in hospital, promising that when he gets out, I would have red meat. And so I did. I can't do it, but okay, so I had the red meat. And then I got my memory back 2 days later, which was pretty amazing. And then I told myself it was just coincidence with my cycle and where I was in my cycle. And then we didn't have red meat. We said we were going to have it once a week. We were doing it once a week, but then I didn't for 2 weeks. And in those 2 weeks, I suffered from such chronic fatigue and brain fog. And I remembered how I had that before introducing red meat. So a whole lot of studies and research, self-studies, and I can see that I have been suffering from a severe vitamin B12 deficiency. I don't need to do tests. And why don't I need to do tests? Because since 2019, I changed my diet so dramatically and so extensively. It was like a return to my blueprint and to the ground zero of my body, so that I could then see if I introduce anything into my diet at this stage, I know whether it's good for me or whether it's bad for me, because I removed tons of stuff and then ate very clean. And part of that was not eating red meat or any meat at all since 2019. 2 years into that diet, I was craving red meat, but I totally ignored it because I thought I had made my deal with the cows and my deal was over. Our contract had come to an end and I was very happily living my life without them. And so with those cravings, I tried to use different sources to quell them. But when I made that deal with my dad, I couldn't come out of it. I had to stick to it. So he did come out of hospital when he passed. And I did have red meat. And I did feel so much better. And now, after going through this whole process and this diet and seeing what happens when I don't do it for 2 weeks, I'm now eating red meat. And loving the cows and so appreciative to the cows. Don't want chicken, no interest in chicken, duck, no birds, only red meat, and specifically really only beef. And life is a lot better. Like physically, it's so much better. Got any questions? Drop me a line, send me an email, comment. Yeah, love to hear from you all. Happy and healthy blessings for 2024.